I want to start a conversation. I'd love to hear because, you know, a lot of 420 talk today. Do we think that there are people that are still offended by the idea of smoking weed?
Yes. My father thinks it's the worst thing in the world.
Really?
Yes. He's like, it's only for derelicts and like people in jail or sick
And he's
people.
okay with alcohol?
Yeah.
He's fine with alcohol, not okay with weed?
Yeah.
Rosenberg, you think there's, I mean, obviously Laura Styles' dad, but he's 60 years old. You think there's people our age, mid-30s?
I don't know, man. It's pretty, I gotta be honest, it's pretty square these days to like really hate on weed like that. Especially when alcohol's so much worse than weed. Facts. And you know, if I say facts at the end, you know what that means? It's a fact.
It means there's no arguing.
Weed is better than alcohol. It's a fact.
800-223-9797. Like, do you keep weed talk away from your kids, but maybe you drink in front of your kids?
That's very common.
That's very common. Or maybe like us having this conversation and celebrating 420 offends you right now. I want to hear. I want to hear this.
I would love that. Nothing would be more fun right now in the state that I'm in than arguing with some square about weed.
I got to go to this first caller really fast. We got Alex from Nassau County. Alex.
Hey.
Hey,
hi.
you were saying that your whole family, you grew up, they all smoke weed. Please don't curse. But you're concerned right now because you feel like maybe it's being made okay too much. What were you saying?
Yeah. So I grew up. I'm 23. My parents both smoke weed. You know, my brother smokes weed a lot, and so I'm not like against the conversation or offended, but I worry because I feel like we're kind of in a culture, especially where it's getting legalized, which is good for some reasons, but like we're numbing a lot of feelings, and I think like, you know, it's okay and it can be safer than alcohol, but I just worry about like
too much.
If we're really in touch with our feelings. Yeah, and I work with young boys a lot in the juvenile justice system, and you know, I think when we talk about weed, we also gotta like talk about how it's different for white kids growing up doing this.
Real.
Kids of color, like that's for real. We can't just act like this is like an equal thing, you know, that's just like a hobby.
Because a kid in the hood is gonna get a worse conviction than kids in the suburbs. That's a real conversation a lot of people are having.
And people have different lifestyles. So like your life in the hood, you may be doing something more to numb feelings of you know, real hardship versus kids who have everything and it's just like a straight Saturday night. It's just a different, it can be a different thing.
But the conversation is, are you still offended by weed, or is there somebody that you know? Hello?
How you doing? My fiance can't stand weed.
Really? Your fiance can't stand the smell, or she's still offended by the idea of
the whole thing? And I'm trying to tell her while she's sipping her wine, hey, this is better than what you're drinking.
It's the matter of fact, it's about the same thing. Thanks for your call.
Well, I'm going to argue the opposite.
They're both plants.
No, but I'm going to argue the opposite on wine. Because wine, a glass of red wine, supposedly like a few glasses of red wine a week is really good for your heart. I don't think weed has anything that's like good for you. I know people will be like, no, of course, weed makes everything better. I don't know that's true.
Some people, weed, anxiety.
Not me, the opposite. Gives me anxiety.
But I'm just saying, people in pain use weed.
Yes, true, for pain.
Yes.
But wine's like a preventative, like a health preventative.
Like it helps your blood, like it's
there's like blood flow and different things like that.
Hot 97, hello.
What's up?
Are you still offended by marijuana smoke or the idea of smoking?
No, I am not. But like you guys were saying, you have these parents drinking and smoking cigarettes in front of their kids. Cigarettes that can cause cancer. Drinking, you can drink and drive, but with weed, you know.
Well, not only can you drink and drive, and look, I'm not a legalize it type guy. Like I'm not anti, but I'm not one of the guys who runs around like legalize it, everyone. I'm not that guy. I don't feel like I should, you know, promote any of that stuff, right? But some people, when something's socially accepted or legal, they're more accepting of it. When it's illegal, they're like, no, it's even though you know that alcohol could destroy your liver and kill you, or you could die of alcohol poisoning. You don't really hear people dying of too much weed unless somebody puts something in it. Hot 97, hello.
Hello.
Are you anti-weed or know people that still are?
No, I'm pro-weed, but I do know people that are anti-weed.
Are they older?
Excuse me?
Are they older?
No, they're like my age, but they like, oh, you smoking, like, oh, you stink or whatever. You know, like, oh, you must have been smoking before you came in here. And,
how old are you?
They're drunk. They can't drive. I'm 33.
Yeah, see?
That's interesting.
And you know what's even more interesting about the whole, and the reason I wanted to bring it up is because there's so many people who take pills for whatever reason that they want to take pills for, whether it's the Xanaxes or the anti-anxiety stuff, prescription stuff. Then there's people who drink, right? Then there's people who heavy on that hookah and tobacco.
Right.
Heavy on cigarettes, but it's still anti-weed. I just wanted to hear from people because it's not as readily accepted as it would seem, even though there's obviously more acceptance now than there was a few years ago.
All of that to say, though, when people call me or when I meet people who are grown-ass adults who smoke nonstop, I still do look down my nose a little bit at it.
Like, that's all they do.
Like, if you're not a professional rapper or producer, like, you actually have to have a job and things like that.
Yeah, but you would do the same thing if somebody drank every day and was drunk all the time.
No, but those people are known as already you're a raging alcoholic. If you're drinking before work, but there are people waking up hitting a blunt on their way to work every day and don't see that as like an addiction,
Yeah,
and
but
I do.
If they can function and they can get the job done, what's the problem?
So then let me ask you this. How do you view coffee? I mean, it's addictive.
Yo, Ebro.
I'm saying, yo, there are people who can't stop.
Yo, cameraman, stop. Don't nod your head in agreement with that stupid ass statement, man.
Yo, there's people who are addicted to cigarettes. It's the same thing, right?
But cigarettes are really bad for you. So coffee's not really bad for you.
No, but I'm just saying it's addictive. Weed isn't really bad for you.
If you're smoking and operating your car every day, I don't recommend that. People shouldn't be smoking blunts on their way to work at 7 a.m. Frankly, if you need to get through life, if you need blunts just to get you through life, I'm not saying I morally think that's wrong, but you might want to look at your whole life as to why that is. Why do you need to smoke through everything?
I'm just bringing up addictive things. No, he's realistic, bro.
I'm realistic. Like, guess what? I'm down to have an edible before work on 420, but I'm not going to do it on 421 and 422.
Maybe.
I mean, I might if I have extra.
423?
I mean,
well, what's Friday?
Let's keep this rocking.
What day is Friday?